Welcome to the 10-Minute Facts channel. Let's be very honest. None of us wants to be a person of modest or even average income. Each of us dreams of becoming rich, but not everyone can achieve it. In this video, we will discuss the main factors that prevent you personally from getting rich. 1. The absence of a clear objective. A person who doesn't have a clear objective doesn't stand a chance of success. If you wanted to build a great personal fortune almost from scratch, you have to make a personal savings plan with specific intermediate goals. And this is still a relatively simple part because then you should make a financial plan or investment strategy. After all, the money should work effectively, not lie under the mattress. 2. Lack of ambition. You will have to not only want it to set the bar higher than average, but also be willing to make sacrifices to take it. Indifferent people rarely get ahead in this life. Unless you are a wealthy heir, a fortune will not appear by itself. You will have to work patiently and persistently. It is best to invest even a small accumulated capital in the earliest stages. If you do not err with the strategy, in the future the interest income will be a good help on the way to millions. 3. Misapplication of your education. A degree alone is not enough. Knowledge is not a power, but a potential power. You have to know exactly where to apply it. Simply put, you get money not for the total volume of theoretical knowledge, but for knowing how to use it. Make it a priority for yourself to learn new things, even those not directly related to your field of work. The intellect needs to be constantly exercised. It is worth noting that many of today's millionaires and billionaires are real bookworms. 4. Lack of self-discipline. Someone who aspires to succeed will have to conquer his weaknesses. Either you will get the upper hand, or your weaknesses will get the upper hand. There is no third option. One of the main formulas of a rich person is to spend less and save more. It seems simple, but it requires steely self-discipline. At the very beginning of a millionaire's career, you need to identify the triggers of waste, get your act together, and get rid of them. Expensive cars on credit, Italian suits, frequent dinners in expensive restaurants. At first, all this is unnecessary. 5. Lack of physical activity. The mortal body, like the mind, must be taken care of. As cliché as it sounds, without health, there will be no success. Running, gym, yoga, some of these things are in the busy schedule of any millionaire. Overeating, poor sleep, and even negative emotional attitudes can all be defeated with physical activity. And without harmony of body and spirit, working on your first million will be very difficult. 6. Procrastination. The most common laziness is the main reason for most failures. Close your social networking page or cat videos, and turn off the Lana Del Rey or Rolling Stones album you've listened to many times. Start planning your finances right now by listening to a podcast about promising investments. Most sad life stories have to do with people waiting for that very moment to start personal wealth. Don't wait. That moment is right now. 7. Lack of persistence. Most of us are fans of new beginnings, but completing what we've started is another matter entirely. Unfortunately, many people tend to give up at the first sign of failure. Don't stop until you get what you want. Remember, most of the heroes of the business world have gone through stages of near failure. Steve Jobs assembled his first computers in his garage. Alibaba CEO Jack Ma started as a teacher and lived in a tiny apartment. 8. Negative attitude. Along with trivial laziness, this is the main enemy of success. Accumulating a fortune involves interacting with a lot of people. Don't think that those around you need a degree in psychotherapy to unravel you. As long as you maintain a negative attitude, normal interaction with those around you is out of the question. If you want to become wealthy, cultivate positive emotions, no matter what it takes. 9. Indecisiveness. Most people whose personal fortune exceeds $1 million make decisions promptly. Successful people know that if you weigh the pros and cons for a long time, the window of opportunity will simply close. Indecisive ones, on the other hand, tend to constantly overthink, leading to even greater losses. Decisiveness is the most important quality if you make your fortune at the head of a team. It is better to make a bad decision than to make none. 10. The wrong companion in life. A complete lack of harmony in a relationship is likely to lead to failure financially as well. And this scenario is especially bitter. It includes poverty at the household level, the complete eradication of ambition, and a general feeling of unhappiness. The right mate, on the other hand, will push your spouse to success. Scientists at the University of Washington, in a lengthy study, even concluded that happy couples have on average $4,000 more in annual earnings each than unhappy couples. 11. Risk aversion. All successful people take risks. Excessive caution results in many people not even trying to catch their luck by the tail. A good example in the world of finance is bank deposits. Of course, you can put money in a bank and be sure that it is almost completely safe. But the returns in many cases will lag even behind inflation. Investing in the stock market is like jumping off a cliff. If the insurance works and everything goes right, the risk taker will get rich. But many will still be afraid to look over the cliff. 12. Getting to know the wrong people. It's important to surround yourself with talented people, aiming for success, if, of course, you aspire to the same. And this applies to friends, colleagues, and even superiors. Man in one way or another copies the behavior of the team. That's how it's built. Consequently, one must try to control the quality of his or her team. Otherwise, one could sink to a certain average level. The rich socialize with the rich, and if there are acquaintances in this inner circle, one should support them. 13. Unwillingness to leave a hated job. Achieving success in a hated field is physically impossible. Simply put, if you got an A in literature and a C- in math at school, it is better not to try to become a chief accountant. If the job brings only frustration and a lot of stress, you should consider quitting. The decision is a serious one, but it could be the key to future financial success. 14. Trying to be good at everything. A versatile specialist is never really strong in any one thing. It's impossible to master all areas of activity. You have to narrow your focus in time. If you wanted to become rich, you can't just want it. You have to be obsessed with the goal. Wealth must become a guiding star. You must understand that you will have to sacrifice something for it. For example, becoming a millionaire and a talented cellist is a pipe dream. There is not enough time and energy for that. 15. Closeness and inability to communicate. If a person who does not accept dissent can fit in with his kind, then the withdrawn one is doomed to failure. Financial success means not only strategy, but also charm. Lonely people lack it. Social skills are worth developing, even if there is no inclination. 16. Deliberate lying. In the short term, lying can bring a few wins, but then it can come back and destroy everything that has been created with it. Just think of the famous businessman Bernard Madoff and his biggest pyramid scheme ever. This businessman had everything: Arctic parties with suspicious snow and topless waitresses, expensive cars, and real estate all over the world. Now he has only a few life sentences left. 17. Hoping to get rich quickly. Lotteries, casinos, persistent attempts to scalp the market without insider information, all these will only cause you to squander all the money you could have invested with a long-term strategy. As Warren Buffett said, it's not that hard to build up an impressive fortune slowly, but it's almost impossible to get rich quickly. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel not to miss the next videos.